Gab, let's continue down that pathway, because in the moments after the Champions League final, Bale comes out and essentially flings the door open to an exit. What's the latest there?
Yeah, look, there's another one. And you know what? Hey, can I just say, if I can make a little detour for a second, I have so much more respect and admiration for Zidane, because beyond the 3 European Cups, he's got to deal with this kindergarten of Galacticos. That on the day they would come out and say this publicly. Like he couldn't have waited 24 hours to come out and say, well, I'd really like to get more playing time, and if I don't get more playing time, I'll have to consider my position. First of all, you just signed a contract through 2022, and you signed a contract when you weren't getting playing time because you were injured. All right, so that's the first one. Secondly, you couldn't wait 24 hours. You couldn't wait for the next day to come out and say this. No, let's pile on. Let's pile on. Well, Ronaldo said it. Oh, I'll go say this too. I might leave. I'll tell you what, Gareth Bale had a chance to leave last summer. He was strongly linked to Manchester United. By all indications, he's the guy who wanted to stay in Madrid. He stayed in Madrid. He played very well in the final. He's a very good player. His place in the starting 11 is not guaranteed because Real Madrid have phenomenal players. And also, by the way, because in the last 3 years, he missed roughly 50% of their league matches. If he thinks he can go and get a gig elsewhere, go tell your agent. Go get an offer. Have them make an offer to Real Madrid. I think it's as simple as that. But be warned, Gareth Bale, and Cristiano, but in a different way. The fact of the matter is, Gareth Bale makes so much money, it's close to $30 million a year, that there's very few teams in the world that can afford Gareth Bale, and there's fewer teams still who need Gareth Bale and for whom he would be a fit. In fact, I'll make this very easy for you. It's really still only Manchester United. And now that they've signed Alexis Sanchez, I don't see how they're going to go and move for him, because, you know, if anything, United's issues are further back on the pitch. The other thing here, what's been coming out, is that Bale doesn't appreciate the fact that Zidane says, look, you need to work hard, you need to track the defender, you need to go and help out defensively, ostensibly because Cristiano doesn't have those responsibilities on the other side. If he thinks Zidane is too demanding of him defensively, I can only imagine what he's going to think if he were to play for Jose Mourinho, and Jose Mourinho asked him to track back.
So Gab's saying, what, $30 million a year, and maybe like €100 million. Let's throw that number out there, transfer fee. To me, if you spend that much money on a guy, you need that guy. Does Manchester United need Gareth Bale?
Yes. I don't think Manchester United is in a position where you turn down a player like Gareth Bale. Now, they need other areas more so than they would Gareth Bale. But when you have a player like that can do what we saw in the final, that has this amount of talent, the question for him is not talent and ability and skill and all the things that he can bring to a game. Gab alluded to it. It's staying healthy, staying fit, being ready to play, being available for selection. If he is that, then yes, a team like Manchester United could have a whole lot of use for Gareth Bale. Imagine that guy running that sidelines for you, or tucking inside, or being underneath, or being a striker, or being down the left. I mean, it gives you a whole lot of options if you're any team, not just Manchester United.
That enough to compete at the top of the Premier League?
Forget the Premier League. There's one team in the world that needs him. Real Madrid. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this. Real Madrid need Gareth Bale.
You
no
see
question.
him staying.
Karim Benzema, listen, the old BBC is no more. Ronaldo is on the wane. No question. Nobody's going to argue. He can't get around the field the way he used to. He can score goals, yes, but he can't get around the field. In my opinion, Benzema is on the wane. And if the only thing we see in the problem with Gareth Bale is getting him fit, then work with him, get him fit, keep him fit. Because Real Madrid needs Gareth Bale. Never mind Manchester United or anybody else. The guy's a great player. Get him fit, and he'll stay at Real Madrid.
Gab, I saw you make a face while Ali was talking. What's up?
Oh, no, I agree with Ali. No, I made the face actually when Stevie was talking. This idea, well, first of all, actually, no, about what Ali said, they just signed Alexis Sanchez in January, who plays on the left-hand side. I don't know that Mourinho needs another headache. One thing that we need to remember with Manchester United, yes, they can afford Gareth Bale. They're the wealthiest, if not one of the wealthiest clubs in the world. but they don't have infinite funds. If they're going to go and sort out the defense and get themselves another midfielder, they're going to want to get good ones who are really, really expensive in the current market. So I think it's a question of resource allocation. Do you go and spend your money on Bale and then go through the season again with Jones and Smalling and Young and all this nonsense at the back? Or do you try to build the kind of team that Mourinho's been known for in the past? As far as Real Madrid is concerned, with Gareth Bale, the guy's 28 years old. If you can cash in, you cash in now. You've got Asensio, you've got Isco, you've got whatever center forward they're likely to bring in to replace Benzema. I mean, you know, you can only play with so many attacking players, and this is a guy who, as Ali mentioned, has missed 1 and 2 league games over the last 3 seasons.